Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Seth. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing / rating the movie Toy Story 5. Now this movie is directed by Andrew Stanton, and the cast stars Joan Cusack as Jessie, Tom Hanks as Woody, Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear, and Greta Lee as Lily Pad, aka Lily. Now, when I first heard that they were going to make another Toy Story movie in this franchise, I was like, do we really need another one? You know, how many more can you get out of this, you know? But then when the trailer came out for Toy Story 5, I watched the trailer and oh boy was I wrong. They've got something here. They've really got something here. Now in this day and age, we are more technology based, you know, everything's coming more online or just digitized. And children's toys are no exception. Now we've had technology for children's toys in more previous decades or even years. It's now not just getting started. It's been here for a while, but technology is getting more, as I said, digitized and more advanced in a sense. And they even make a reference to this too, you know. They say, you know, toys are for playing, but these technologies, they can do anything. And they really can, you know. There's even a term for kids that are getting technology at a younger age. It's called iPad kids. Now, it's not specifically iPads, but they just say iPads. It could be any kid that has a tablet of any company, or even a little phone here or there from any company, you know. You know, as I said, we've had technology from kids, stuff like that, back in the days, but that was like for like video game consoles, and you know, there were some toys that did have some technology in them, but they were more battery based and stuff like that. But with these tablets and this technology, or even these phones too, we're mostly focusing on tablets through this movie. You know, these tablets can really do a lot of things, you know. They have apps for them. They even got little chat rooms too that you can make friends or connect your friends to, even take pictures, and so much more, you know, too. There are tablets specifically for kids, or you could get another tablet and make it, I guess, kid-friendly and stuff like that, but they can do so much more, and that really grows a concerning risk and some warnings, you know, and that stuff. And that's really what Toy Story 5 is all about. It's about, you know, parents learning how to navigate with their kids through more of a technology-based world and stuff like it, and the concerns and warnings that will come with, you know, putting your kids on technology at a younger age. And here's some of the concerns and warnings we're going to be talking about. Now, I can't go through all of them, you know, because there are a lot, you know, but I'll be talking through some of them, you know. The first ones really too are, you know, if you get kids onto technology-based more earlier in age, they're growing up more quicker. And that's not essentially a good thing, you know, because it does have some concerns and stuff like that. You know, it could be a bad thing too, even. Like, nowadays, that could lead to more of kids feeling more lonely and more isolated and making it harder to make friends in the real world, or just even socialize with people, you know. Because later on in their lives, they're gonna have to, you know, start working with people at a job, you know, or just have to do day-to-day tasks where you might have to socialize with somebody, you know. And if you keep kids more on like just that, it's harder to get them into making friends or just making small talk with, you know, your random Joe, you know, and stuff like that. Also too, the concern too on this would be if kids getting onto technology at a younger age, you know, yes, those tablets and stuff like that are on there, but it's a stepping stone also too for other stuff like social media and all that entails too, like cyberbullying, just the cruelty of social media, and learning more about, I guess, the cruelty in the world, because there are not some child-friendly videos to watch, you know, and stuff on the internet, and you know. Also too, you know, they're losing, in a sense too, their imagination, you know, and stuff. Because I remember when I was a kid, you know, yes, there was some technology here and there, but we all really, the main source was playing with our toys and stuff like that, our action figures, you know, and all that stuff too. I know for me, when I was a kid, I was really into superheroes and WWE, you know, so Batman would be fighting, you know, John Cena, you know, and all that. But nowadays, kids are not really getting that, I guess, into that. Yeah, they're probably playing with their toys, probably, you know, at ages from like 3, you know, or 4, but here's the thing too, some of those kids are getting into more technology based at a younger age, maybe even to 5, you know, even maybe younger. I could be wrong, but even younger too. And that's really what this movie dives into really too, and stuff. Now what everybody's wanting to know, is it worth watching and is it good? Now I got to say, for me personally, I did enjoy this, you know. The whole Toy Story franchise, you know, has always kept up with the modernness of day and age, but not forgetting the plot of what it really truly is. It's a kids movie for kids, and it's a toys movie too, you know. And this movie is no exception too. It stays true to what they know it is, you know, just adding more of a modernness into it. LilyPad, a technology-based, you know, tablet, you know. Now, there are some rumors and stuff like that of Jessie, Jessie, Jessie. Now, I'm just gonna state this is more Jessie based. Jessie is the main character in this movie because it's Bonnie's story. Now, you will get to see the whole gang and stuff like that. You'll still get to see Woody and Buzz, you know. But Woody and Buzz, as I said, are more side characters because Woody and Buzz were Andy's story, and Andy's story is finished, you know? And also, too, you'll get to see some other side characters, too, you know, that were part of the original gang, you know? Like, you'll get to see Mr. Potato Head, you'll get to see Slinky Dog, you'll get to see T-Rex Dinosaur, and so many others, too, you know? But you also get to see some new characters, too, you know, along this way. Like, one of those characters being LilyPad, that was played by Greta Lee. Also, too, another person that I thought was the star of the show was Conan O'Brien as Smarty Pants. Now, he is a toy that's technology based, but it's more battery based, you know, so it's not like a tablet, but it's also not like just a toy, you know. It's in the middle, you know. And he is the star of the show. Conan O'Brien does such a funny job and really knows how to just knows his character and knows what to do with his character, and it was just so funny. A couple of chuckles here and there, you know, too. Also, but too, there's some sad moments too in this too, you know, where it's like it really tugs on your string, and it don't matter what age you are, it can tug on your strings. So really the whole gang has to maneuver around, you know, technology and stuff like that too. And there's some stories too, but that's more spoiler based and I'm not gonna get into, you know. But it's crazy to think that the first Toy Story movie came out in 1995. So those kids, when they watch that, you know, are now probably bringing their kids to see this new Toy Story 5 movie. And that's just always crazy to think. So yeah. This movie was really good, I thought, you know, and just always just kept up with it, you know. I guess the modern base, but not forgetting the plot of it. So that was my review. Here's my rating, you know. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5, you know. The animation, I think, the animation too, I forgot to even tell, is really good too. And I forgot to mention that, but the animation has always done really great throughout, you know, their years of making this, you know. Also too, it's just a great movie too that has a real message to say that needs to be said, you know, and still keeping up with the modern aspects of what Toy Story is, you know. So yeah, that was my movie, that's my review and rating on it. Thank you for watching as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye!